Jayatyashrita santrasa dhvanta vidvamsa nodayah prabhavan sitaya devya paramavyoma bhaskaraha. Lord Rama is referred to as the very sun, who through his rays, which is the grace, can dispel the darkness of ignorance, which can bless us with the quintessential knowledge. Dharmo vigrahavan adharma viratim, say our acharyas. He is the very embodiment of dharma. So, he is the one who defends dharma, who says that dharma should be there in this world. Interestingly, for Srimad Ramayanam that talks about the life history of Sri Rama and Sita, there is a commentary called as Dharmakutam, where the commentator says that these are the junctures where dharma is followed. These are the places where dharma is revered. So to that Rama, who is the defender of dharma, we have certain names that denote him as the very protector and defender of dharma. I am now going to take you through those namas, which is the 503rd nama, 503, Kapindraha. Kapirupam prapannanam devanam indraha kapindraha. Now, the devas who went and surrendered at the feet of the Lord in Ksheerabdi said, "Please Lord, you should be born on this earth to annihilate the evil demoniac forces." The Lord then gave Abhaya Pradhanam. Siddhagandharva yakshascha tatastvam sharanam gataha. At that point in time, he delegated the responsibility for the devas, Indra, Agni, Vayu, Varuna, Surya et al. To be born as Kapihi, as the monkeys. While they were born as monkeys, he defended their rights, he tried protecting them. He assumed the responsibility of being the leader of monkeys. Kapirupam prapannanam, to those monkeys, Devanam Indraha Kapindraha. To them he became Rama, the leader. So it is not the leader of monkeys within the monkey clan. Though Rama was a Nara and monkeys were Vanara, he is treated as the chief of monkeys, so he is called Kapindraha. The next nama, Bhuri Dakshinaha. Sayeva Jagadacharyakaya Hayameshadi Bhir Yajamano Bhuri Dakshinaha. He became the role model for performing many yagas like Pushkaraksha Yajna, then Jyotishtoma, then Ashwamedha. So in such homas, he became the role model for how to perform, when to perform, by being the very Jagadacharya. In one way, he led the world. He became a role model to the world. So he is called as Jagadacharya. That's why he is called Bhuri Dakshinaha. The next nama is Somapaha. So for Somapaha, the Vyakhyata states, Tatraiva Somapithi Somapaha. So during the Somayaga, there is a rasa, there is a juice called as Soma juice, Soma rasam. That is generally the juice extracted out of a creeper called Soma lata. So this Soma juice is given to those who perform the Somayaga. And it can be consumed. It will not be consumed in liters and liters. People who generally read assume this to be alcohol. That the content of alcohol or liquor is referred to generally as varuni. That is a different juice altogether. This is somapanam. This has nothing to do with intoxication. It is given as a prasadam for a yajna, which should be consumed in a few drops. Those of them who were eligible to consume somarasa were called somya. Somam arhati iti somyaha. Sadeva somya idamagra asit yekameva dvitiyam, says Upanishad. So here we have tatraiva somapithi somapaha. Even he would have consumed being the defender of dharma. So he is called Somapaha. The next nama is Amritapaha. So Svanushthananu vidhaibhyaha Svanurupam amritam parame vyomni patiti amritapaha. Now, for those of them who follow the anushtanams, for those of them who follow the rules as laid in the shāṣtras, in the scriptures, in the samhitas, in the agamas, to those of them, he will become the very elixir like Amritam when they attain Paramapadam, when they attain Vaikuntham. So he says, Swanurupa Amritam. So his Rupam itself is the Amritam. Parame Vyomni Patitis Amritapaha. He will deliver that while they are in Sri Vaikuntham. Hence he is called Amritapaha. The next Nama, 507th Nama, Somaha. Swasmai Swanubhavritribhyascha Amritayamanaha Somaha. Now, to those of them who wish to experience his external characteristics, that is a beautiful combination of Saundaryam and Lavanyam, those of them who wish to experience his innate characteristics, which are his gunams, for those of them who wish to experience the Rupam and Swarupam with the Vibhavam, he himself becomes the Somarasa. So he is the very one who is to be experienced, consumed, relished, internalized and felt blissful about. So he becomes Somaha. So before that we saw Somapaha. Now he is Somaha himself. Next, Purujit, 508th Nama. Bahunam Jayata Purujit. Now he has won over a lot of people to defend dharma. We should not leave that below point. He has defended dharma by fighting against various demons and demonesses. He killed Tataka, he killed Subahu, drove away Maricha and later killed him in Aranyakandam in Dandakaranyam. He also killed Khara, Dushana, Trishiras and the hordes of antisocial elements that they nurtured. He killed Kabandha, Viradha, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Indrajit, Malyavan and so on. So all these people were killed not to be jingoistic about the process of killing. They were people who, despite giving chance, were not able to give the society peace and prosperity. So in order to ensure that the common citizens are not affected by their antisocial activities, he had to kill them. Bahunam Jayat Purujit. So he won over all of them by ensuring victory. That victory, the triumph that he had over all of them makes him Purujit. Next Nama is Purusattamaha. Swagunamrita Samudra Pipasishu Hanumadadishu Mahatsu Astitama iti Purusattamaha. Now, to his devotees, he ensures that through his gunas, people are able to experience him, relish him, understand him. Like for whom? For Hanuman and others. So Hanuman is treated here. Balarka bimbamo phalamani battina alari chetala Hanumanta tunare bruma dulache varamulu uliche konina wo Hanumanta Manga Buddhi Hanumanta. So here Annamacharya, the very great Telugu composer, pays his obeisances to Hanuman. Nasai rog hare sab pira japat nirantar Hanumat bira sankat se Hanuman छुड़ावे मन क्रम भजन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राज तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता अजबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा. So Hanuman is the one who is said to have experienced along with other devotees. So he gives that experience. He is called Purusattamaha. The next nama is the 510th nama, Vinayaha. Marichadayopi viryadina asmad viniyante damyanta iti. So even to people who wanted to showcase their magical skills, like Maricha, who came as a gem-studded golden deer, Rama was able to run behind him, and despite all his illusionary magic tactics, Rama was able to win over them, showing his prowess. Hence he is called as Vinayaha. The next nama is Jayaha. Ashritair jiyate vidheyi kriyata iti Jayaha. Now, he is the one, even if his devotees they have extreme love on him and they command him to do this and that, despite Rama being Paramatma, he does that. While he had to strike a cord of friendship with Sugriva in Kishkinta Rajyam, Sugriva wanted to test the prowess of Rama, test the valor of Rama, and then accept him in his camp. So he said, looking at the 7 shala trees, he said, my brother used to hit upon every shala tree. That is when Rama took his arrow, struck in one arrow, he was able to pierce all the 7 shala trees at one go. Second thing, there was the carcass, the skeleton of a Rakshasa called as Dundhubi that was lying. So Rama was asked to prove his prowess by moving it. With just one of the fingers in his foot, he was able to push that miles away. Dundubi kankala kuta dura vikshepa daksha dakshine tarapada angushtadara chalana vishwasta suhridashaya, says Vedanta Deshika. So if Sugriva tests the Lord is able to accept that. If he commands the Lord is able to accept that. He becomes so accessible that even the best of his devotees can command him, can order him. Then he is called as Jayaha. Next is Satya Sandhaha. Teshu Satya Sandha Pratignya Asyeti Satya Sandhaha. So, if he promises his devotees to accomplish certain things, he does not betray them. He strikes a very good chord with them and he ensures that he accomplishes them. Sita Kapindraha Kshanada Charanam Rajiva Hemo Jwalanopamani Sugriva Ramah Pranayah Prasange Vamani Netrani Samam Sphuranti. So, here Valmiki says that there was a memorandum of understanding between Rama and Sugriva that each of them will help in rescuing their wives. But who was the first one to accomplish that task? It was Rama. He killed Vali, he gave back the kingdom to Sugriva for good administration, and he brought back Sugriva's wife Ruma from the clutches of Vali. So he accomplishes what he promises, what he commits. So he is called as Satya Sandhaha. The next nama is Dasharhaha. Dasho Danam Bhaktaihi Swasmai Swatma Nivedana Rupam Tebhyaha Va Swatma Samarpana Rupam Arhati Iti Dasharhaha. Now, to those devotees who come seeking Rama's grace, to those devotees who wish to experience Rama's great characteristics, at one point in time, Rama becomes so benevolent to his devotees that he submits himself to his devotees. For example, there is a general question which people ask. If you have to get atop the elephant, what is the way? You catch its foot, it will bend, and upon that you touch and rise over it. To sit atop the elephant, the only way is to catch its feet or foot. Likewise, the only way where you will be celebrated by Rama is when you catch his feet, he will ensure that he keeps us above his head as a crest jewel. He does that. So he is called as Dasharhaha, like how he did for great devotees like Guha, for Sugriva, for Vibhishana. Nishadanam neta kapi kulapatihi kapi shabari Kuchela kubja savraja yuvatayoho malya kridati Amisham nimnatvam vrishagiripater unnatimapi. So he comes as one of the best lords to protect his devotees by submitting himself to them. So he is called as Dasharhaha.